Hello and welcome to IELTS online classes with Banke. My name is Banke Adewusi and I am the professional teacher. I help you achieve your learning goals by breaking down hard concepts into simple, easy to understand learning points in a fun, relaxed, engaging, and learner-focused atmosphere. So in the last couple of lessons on full task review for the writing module academic training, I explained how to make comparisons, how to report the key features. And today's concluding part for that particular question will make comparisons, and it will show you how to write the last paragraph. Remember that write-up for task 1 academic training, where you'll be describing a kind of diagram, requires that you write 4 paragraphs. Your paragraphs should not be too short and you should not have more than 4 paragraphs. So moving on, in making the comparison, here is the question again. Recall that there is a table that shows the percentage expenditure according to 5 countries on 3 categories of consumer items, right? You can see these are the countries: Ireland, Italy, Sweden, Spain, and Turkey. These are the consumer items, and here you have the consumer items here. You have the consumer items here. We have been through body 1, body 2, and here's body 3, which we did in the last lesson. I vetted and corrected that part. So here's what the student wrote for her last paragraph, which is the 4th paragraph for that particular question. The student writes, clothing and footwear were the 3rd consumer item whose expenses were in between, as Italy outlay accounted for 9% and Sweden 5.4%, while the 3 remaining countries spent near 6.5% in this category. This is just one paragraph. I beg your pardon. Yes, it is one paragraph, but it has just one sentence. Just one sentence. Just one sentence. That's not good enough. So how did I correct and review this particular write-up? I have added my corrected version in red ink, leaving what the student wrote in black ink. So I began that paragraph saying, interestingly, these figures saw a remarkable increase that was well over twice as high. See? Well over twice as high as. You want to use these kind of phrases to show the comparison, right? You want to show the comparison using such phrases as twice as high as, unlike, with respect to, far below. These are phrases to indicate that you are making comparisons. So you will see these figures saw a remarkable increase that was well over twice as high as what was spent on clothing and footwear. If we quickly go back to the table, you will see that in the last line of the body 2 that we discussed in the last lesson, we were reporting the key features across all the countries across the three items, across the countries, you would see that the the key feature in the leisure versus education column was that Turkey spent the highest on leisure and education, but the other countries spent below below 4%. In fact, all the countries spent below 5%. Now, comparing these figures in the other four countries with the clothing and footwear, as well as food, drinks, and tobacco, you can see that 2.21 is more than 6.43, is far above, twice as high as what you have in leisure and education. If you multiply 2 by 2, you get 4, but here you have 6. And when we compare it with food, drinks, and tobacco, you will see that it's more than a 14-fold, a 12, 13-fold increase, because you say 2 times 14 gives 28. So that's what I mean by, interestingly, these figures saw a remarkable increase that was well over twice as high as what was spent on clothing and footwear. So I've reserved what the students wrote about clothing and footwear, and I have carefully made the comparisons across all the countries in the various categories. You cannot treat one item and across all countries in isolation. You have to go around everything, because in this last paragraph too, you are also giving a summary in such a way that you are making the comparisons. Remember, in the previous paragraph, you have highlighted the key features. You've reported the key features, right? So here, when you say comma here, it makes that sentence become a compound sentence automatically. So the sentence would read, was spent on clothing and footwear with Italy's national expenditure accounting for 9% of total spendings on consumer items. Italy's national expenditure accounting for 9% of total spendings on consumer items. Despite this fact, Spanish consumers spent below 6%, while those in Ireland, Sweden, and Turkey spent an average of 6% in the year 2002. So effectively, we have summarized everything and also made comparisons across board. That is what the goal of the last paragraph seeks to achieve. Remember that in the student's paragraph, she just has one sentence which does not communicate clearly the comparisons, right? The sentence construction does not clearly communicate what she was saying effectively, and that's the reason the paragraph was corrected to make it 2 sentences. The students was 1 sentence, so you don't want to have a 1 paragraph sentence. The minimum number of sentences that makes a paragraph is 2. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Please consider giving it a like. When you like the video, several other people can find out about this channel. Share too. When you share the video, it helps other people to learn. It helps other people to learn, and they can come back to the channel. Then please subscribe and turn on notification bell so that you'll be the first to know once new videos are uploaded. My name is IELTS-Banke Adeosi, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Cheers. Bye for now.